Well, I feel like, man, whatever you do wrong must come back around in a circle. Just like, you know what I'm talking about? If you did wrong and everybody know it's blatant, the truth is out in the open. You sent that type of energy towards the Young Dolph way, and you got no Young Dolph knocked off. I talked to Govan. I did an interview with Hernandez Govan, the dude who set the whole, supposedly, you know what I'm saying, Dolph murder up.
It's starting to look like CMG is breaking apart right in front of the world's eyes. For years, people whispered about cracks in Yo Gotti's empire, but now those whispers sound like sirens, loud, messy, and impossible to ignore. Stan G, one of the most respected voices in Memphis, just hit No Jumper and said what everybody else has been too scared to admit. He warned that Yo Gotti might actually flip on his own artist, Blac Youngsta. And that ain't just Twitter noise. That's coming from someone who's been close to the streets and tapped in with the same folks tied to Young Dolph's tragic case.
Have my life back.
What's the first thing you plan to do?
Go hug my son.
Mr. Govan, you haven't smiled all this week, but obviously you have a lot to smile about. Just tell me just about what you're feeling in right now.
Like I said, it's kind of hard to explain the feeling of getting your life back, you know.
When Stan G speaks, it don't sound like gossip. It sounds like a straight-up warning shot. On No Jumper, Stan G didn't bite his tongue for a second. He said clear as day, the same energy Gotti put on Dolph is what got him killed. And if Gotti could go that far with an enemy, what makes you think he wouldn't do the same to someone in his own crew if things got messy?
When I put out a story, the other day I put out a story, Young Ma had ended up catching a Rico, you know what I'm talking about? And I put out a story. An hour later, the news ran the same story.
That's the type of statement that leaves people silent because it didn't sound like a rumor. It sounded like a prediction waiting to happen. Stan G even called Blac Youngsta nothing more than a send-off. The kind of soldier Gotti would push into reckless beefs, making wild videos, starting trouble on camera, doing moves no one else wanted to touch. At first, it kept CMG buzzing and made them look unstoppable. But now, with Dolph's case still heavy in the air, that same role makes Youngsta look less like an asset and more like a liability.
Hell, at this point, because you lost all the his last artist is Glorilla. She doing crazy because he putting a crazy bag behind Glorilla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So Glorilla, she gonna shine regardless right now. But when he go over there and dealing with them Texas boys, them folk got hit up. Them folk got hit up everywhere he go to, like the Fed watching. You know what I'm talking about? He signed that boy over there, that boy end up going to jail. So they watching that boy so close right now.
And in Gotti's world, once you look like dead weight, your days are numbered. The fans caught on too. This wasn't some random throwback conversation. This was a clear message. Stan G made it known. Blac Youngsta better keep his head on a swivel because loyalty don't equal protection in a world like this. He even reminded everybody that what you put out always comes back around. And with Gotti's cold way of moving, Youngsta's ride or die energy might be the very reason his career, or worse, ends in flames. And here's the chilling part. CMG used to look untouchable. Yo Gotti had a powerhouse team. Moneybag Yo was breaking records. Blac Youngsta kept headlines buzzing with stunts, and then Glorilla came out of nowhere, blowing up overnight. From the outside, CMG looked like one big winning family, smiling like nothing could touch them. But now, those smiles don't look so real anymore.
The only reason I didn't do it, like I could have went over there and got with Gotti and got the co-signer and sped my whole process up, but at the same time, I couldn't do it because I had too much of my own money and too much of my own time invested into it. So it wouldn't have made sense for me. You see what I'm saying? And man, it's like, that's Memphis, bro. That town is too small. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Lately, the picture don't line up. Moneybag Yo's momentum slowed down. Blac Youngsta lost that spark, and Gotti seems locked in only on Glorilla. But even she's under crazy pressure, because right now she's the only one really keeping CMG from falling apart completely. What once looked like family goals now looks like survival mode. Who's safe and who's about to be the next one pushed out? Blac Youngsta threw gasoline on the fire when he scrubbed CMG out his bio and started dropping captions that looked like direct shots at the label.
If anything, if he wanted to do something, bro, it's like let's do it. That town is small. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad to hear that.
It's just Memphis one of them cities like that. You know what I mean? Like if you pay attention, it always been a artist at the city saying, I'm the king of Memphis. I'm the king of Memphis. That's why it done been so hard for other artists to pop out and take off, because everybody want to be that the big one is just me. You know what I mean? But
that's when Stan G stepped in with his dark warning, and suddenly the trolling vibe disappeared. The room went cold. What used to feel like jokes turned into smoke hanging heavy in the air. Fans caught on quick too. CMG don't look tight anymore. Every post feels slick. Every move feels shady, and all that loyalty talk just feels fake now. To really see why the tension between Gotti and Youngsta hit so hard, you gotta rewind to the root of it all. Young Dolph. That's where the crack first started.
Hey man, y'all rich tell them bitches what it is, bro.
Wild pen shit, y'all fly niggas,
Look,
CMG shit,
big,
y'all rich niggas, every count shit.
nah, I would never them broke ass. Like, shit. When I was broke, why would I them now they broke? It ain't my fault you broke. You were playing on me. I'm telling my mom. Ooh, I'm pregnant. Ooh. My shoe just fell out. Ooh, my head just fell out. Ooh.
Back when Gotti tried to bring Dolph to CMG, Dolph shut it down. From that moment, it wasn't about business anymore. It got personal. Gotti started blocking Dolph behind the scenes, throwing shade, trying to slow him up. But all it did was make Dolph shine even brighter. That's when the beef switched from rap competition to real-life problems, diss tracks, shots online, and heat in the streets. And who was always in the middle of it riding for Gotti? Blac Youngsta. He wasn't just rapping about beef. He was outside for real, pulling up in neighborhoods, filming himself wilding out, doing moves that had trouble written all over them. At the time, fans brushed it off as part of his crazy brand. But now, looking back, it screams reckless.
I hate it's like this, cause bro, it's like, why, if you so gangster, why the you rap? Why you ain't out there killing? You need to go do some murders, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're a killer, go kill shit. You out here on the stage for, you know what I'm saying? So I look at it like, so many people want to be rappers, and so many people I ain't no rapper.
Even Stan G said it looked like federal moves, because Youngsta was basically putting a red target on himself and on CMG in ways no street artist should ever want. So when Dolph was killed in Memphis, where did eyes go first? Straight to CMG. Even though nothing was ever proven against Gotti or Youngsta, the streets don't wait for paperwork. They judge off energy.
On the street, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much bullshit. So I had to wonder to myself, like, what the matter? You know what I'm saying? All these people be lying like they this and they that. But what? I had to really think like, what am I? And I was like, I'm not a rapper. Cause I like rapping, but I'm into my side. But I really like entertaining people.
What really stuck out was how emotional the posts were. Youngsta talked about losing friends, being alone, and knowing he could be touched no matter how much money he had.
And once your name gets tied to something that heavy, it sticks forever. That shadow still hangs over CMG today. And Blac Youngsta ain't the hype man anymore. Instead, he's the walking reminder of a past Gotti's camp can't shake off. There was a time when Blac Youngsta was CMG's wild card. He kept the crew buzzing, flashing stacks, clowning online.
You know you come well regarded. I mean, Sean Jay-Z Carter speaks very highly of you, right? I mean, Steve Stout speaks very highly of you. You know, I can't find a person that says anything bad about Yo Gotti, and they always say how smart you are, how focused you are, and a lot to get into about your business personality and all that.
Pulling crazy stunts that kept CMG's name ringing everywhere. Anytime Gotti wanted the energy up, Youngsta was front row, the loyal soldier making noise. Fans loved it. They thought he was the untouchable hype man who would never fold. But Stan G told it different, way darker.
We, the jury, found the defendant, Hernandez Govan, not guilty in count 2 of the indictment.
It was said more than once as the 45-year-old was acquitted on both counts. Govan was unable to contain his excitement as he embraced his pro bono defense attorneys, but out of view were the supporters of Young Dolph who were hoping Lady Justice would tip in their favor.
In his eyes, Youngsta wasn't being protected. He was being used. Stan G flat out called him one of the biggest send-offs in Memphis, basically saying Gotti lined him up for the risky plays, the dirty beefs, the reckless moves Gotti wouldn't put his own hands on. And when you line the timeline up, it fits too clean. Gotti played the calm boss role in the shadows, while Youngsta was outside wilding for cameras, taking the risk that could blow up in anyone's face. Youngsta was out front wilding for the cameras, but that spotlight don't last forever. After Dolph's death, the antics stopped looking fun and started looking reckless. What once made CMG look exciting now makes Youngsta look like baggage, tied to every diss, every messy video, every reckless move.
For a long time, see, it's a long story behind Blac Youngsta. See, Blac Youngsta was hanging with one of Gotti enemies before he got with Gotti. Okay. So Blac Youngsta is somebody who just jump around for the money. He's just a send out. He one of the biggest send outs from Memphis. They're just keeping it real.
The negativity stuck, and suddenly he went quiet. Stan G even claimed Youngsta's been in hide mode because the Dolph case still lingers in the streets, and that silence makes him look finished. To Gotti, that ain't an asset, that's a liability. Then things got shaky. Youngsta kept scrubbing CMG out his bio, hinting he was moving solo. Fans always brushed it off when he circled back, but this time feels different. The energy's weird, the silence is loud, and people swear something really snapped behind the scenes. And just when whispers hit their peak, Youngsta started posting long, emotional rants online. And these weren't just random thoughts. He was firing at fake CEOs, fake big homies, fake brothers, the exact labels people been throwing at Gotti for years. He even said he was done with fake love, fake loyalty, and trusting the wrong people. If that ain't a shot, then what is? What really shook fans was the tone. No flexing, no clowning, just pain. Talking about losing friends, being alone, and knowing money don't stop danger. That ain't trolling, that's a man who feels the walls closing in. And with CMG already looking shaky, Youngsta's words sounded less like venting and more like confirmation. The cracks are real. The streets picked up the signal instantly, and here's where it got colder. Yo Gotti always played the mob boss role. His whole brand ties back to John Gotti, and he built his entire image on that mafia code. So when Blac Youngsta blasted out fake CEOs, Gotti didn't just ignore it. He clapped back with mafia-coded bars over Jay-Z's Dynasty intro. He flexed like the kingpin, reminding everybody exactly who calls the shots. But that's the part that makes it scary. In a mob-style setup, breaking rank ain't just a little disrespect, it's betrayal. And betrayal in that world don't end with handshakes. It ends ugly, no matter how close you used to be. That's why this tension between Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti feels so different. It ain't whispers anymore. It's something everybody can see right in the open. After Young Dolph's murder, the streets wasted no time pointing fingers at CMG. The eyes were locked in on Gotti's camp heavy. Even Yo Gotti's own brother Big Jook got scooped up and questioned by police. And now, things look even wilder because Hernandez Govan, the man prosecutors accused of being the shooter, just walked free after getting acquitted. That left the entire case wide open, with no closure, no answers, and the heat still circling Gotti's camp. The last thing Yo Gotti needed was smoke coming from inside his own camp. But Blac Youngsta lit that match anyway. He filmed himself standing at a gravesite, right next to a headstone carrying Dolph's last name, and doubled down by posting reckless clips like he didn't care who got offended. Maybe in his mind it was loyalty to CMG, the same ride or die energy he'd always shown. But to Gotti, it was a nightmare. What once looked like dedication started looking like reckless heat, the kind that could set the whole empire on fire. From that moment, the cracks weren't whispers anymore. They were loud and messy, and you can see it now. CMG don't look bulletproof like it used to. Moneybagg Yo's buzz slowed down. 42 Doug got tangled up with the law, and Blac Youngsta went quiet when things got heavy. Even Stan G said it straight. Gotti can't move the same way no more, not with the spotlight still burning after Dolph's death. The only one really carrying weight is Glorilla, but everybody knows one star can't hold up an empire forever. Fans stopped asking, who's next to blow, and switched the question to, who's next to fold? That's why the fear for Youngsta feels real. Yo Gotti ain't just another rapper, he's plugged in deep. Stan G laid it out. Gotti got ties in high places, and when he decides someone's done, their career is finished. If he wants legal headaches thrown at you, it can happen. So when Blac Youngsta shades him online, it ain't just rebellion, it's risky business. In Gotti's world, being a liability don't just mean losing your label slot, it could mean losing everything. Let's be real. If Yo Gotti and Blac Youngsta really clash, this won't be some rap beef with a couple diss tracks. It could get way uglier. Gotti moves like the president of Memphis. Money, power, and influence that reaches way beyond music. If things turn violent, it won't just be two rappers going back and forth. It'll be crews, families, and whole neighborhoods dragged into the mess. But don't get it twisted, Blac Youngsta ain't built to roll over. He's reckless, emotional, and speaks whatever's on his chest. That makes him unpredictable. And unpredictability against a boss like Gotti is a recipe for disaster. Fans are already nervous, whispering about another tragedy brewing, the same way they whispered before Dolph's death. Now with Youngsta blasting out fake CEOs and Stan G warning the world that Gotti could flip on him, the writing on the wall is getting harder to ignore. If this tension keeps building, CMG might not just lose one soldier, it could lose its whole legacy. The real question ain't whether CMG is breaking apart, that part's obvious. The real question is how far Gotti's willing to go to keep control. And if Stan G is right, Blac Youngsta might be standing closer to danger than anybody thought.